exactly enjoy it, but we have to do it, pays the bills. I prefer 16:9 if not wider. But realistically, everything I'm saying here can be applied to both vertical and horizontal, so you don't have to worry about, oh, is it only horizontal, is it only vertical? You'll get the feel. So we're basically going to turn all of the stuff we work on today to be framed like this. What can any of you tell me about anything, any one of these 9 images, what makes it stand out? Composition. Does it make anyone feel a certain emotion, a certain way?
It sparks curiosity. What's happening?
Good shout, not bad. Anyone else? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Right, these are all examples of shots. Now, fair play, a lot of it is framing based and lighting based and color based, but at the core of it, each of these shots has been framed using a particular shot. So what type of framing are there? Or basically, what kind of your default 9 types of framing? Any ideas? Nice. Wide shot. Okay, wide, medium. Go on, you're on a roll. Close up. Somebody's done his research.
I think bird's eye view.
Okay, yeah, bird's eye or POV. Yeah, fair play.
High angle,
Low angle, high angle, fair play. Right, you've got most of them. We have the extreme wide, a wide shot, a medium shot, close-up shot, an extreme close-up shot. And these are examples. Each one of these frames help you to tell a certain story, evoke a certain emotion, portray a certain feeling, or showcase your actor, your talent. No, it doesn't even have to be an actor. It could be an object, it could be a vehicle, it could be a product, it could be an event, it could be anything. If you, at the end of the day, can get every single one of these types of shots into every single piece of content that you do, even if it's only for a split second, this will help you not only elevate your filmmaking, it will help you stand out, not because it's, oh wow, it's like next technology. No, this is basic stuff. This is before these things were even an idea, before film, like when film was film, these things were what made it different, right? It wasn't like technology. We didn't have CGI back in like the 20s and 30s, right? It was either hand-drawn or meticulously framed. So in this, we're going to break down framing into bite-sized pieces. Directing attention and guiding your narrative. So that's basically what you want to do, right? You want to direct your audience, your viewers, the people who are consuming your content to a certain thing, a certain way, certain object, whatever it is. Your job as the filmmaker or the content creator or the photographer or the person with the camera, at the crux of it is to direct your audience. Now, it seems super complex, but it's not, right? It's very, very simple to make your audience go, ah, that's what it is, right? So the first shot, focusing on key elements and using leading lines and helping your audience see a particular shot or see it a particular way. This kind of framing, basically, like I've drawn on the lines, this essentially shows you that you want your audience to see the crucifix on the wall, right? Now, obviously, that's a prop, that's a key set piece. And how do you do it? Well, you show the audience that by using your I wouldn't say it's an extreme wide, I'd say it's a fairly wide, but it uses leading lines, right? Leading lines are a photographer's best friend. Unless you're shooting on a really wide lens that distorts, then that's a different story. But realistically, you want your lines to be straight. It helps tell the story, it helps push, like you're looking at this now, right? You could come off the street, look at this, and the first thing that your eye is going to be drawn to is the cross on the wall, right? Because that's how it's framed, that's how it's composed. Your second shot is going to be creating a visual cue. So obviously, what did the director or the DOP want you to see? The guy, right? But what is sparking the interest is obviously, it's a leg, right? So he's using the both negative space but also the framing to essentially make you look straight at him, but you're curious as to what the leg belongs to, right? You're like, oh, it's not just a random leg, it's not like there's a leg prop sitting there, it's meant for a reason. you could reveal a hidden truth with your framing. Realistically, you want your audience to look at it a certain way, right? You want your audience to spark enthusiasm, curiosity by the way you frame a shot. You could show the back of it for a product. You can show maybe the side or a small detail of the product that doesn't reveal what it is. It's a teaser. It helps build the curiosity before you hit them with the main reveal of the product or the main reveal of the location. These are great shots to start a video with. A little hint of what it is, what could it be? It gets your audience guessing, and that's what generates your viewer time and also your conversion. So when you get down to the nitty-gritty and the marketing side of it, you want your audience to watch for more than 2 seconds, right? You don't want them just to go TikTok, scroll, scroll, scroll. Throw a couple of revealing shots and a little hidden shot. They're going to watch for more than 2 seconds. Then you've bought yourself another 2 seconds. So the shot you follow up with has to be, again, great. You can't just go, great shot, terrible shots. Or, oh, this is well done and well lit and well framed. The rest of it's terrible. You have to build the consistency. And building consistency is difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy because it becomes second nature. For me, I've been doing this for 15 years, so I don't have to think about it too much about what I want, because I know deep down in my heart and in my gut, it's gut feeling, I know exactly what I want. Enhancing an emotional impact, right? So obviously you have your extreme close-up, right? That's going to make your audience feel a certain way, a certain emotion is going to bring out of them, because they could either be scared or they could wonder what the actor is going through. Or you have your ultra-wide, which makes your audience feel like this guy's alone and he's not doing anything, and he's surrounded by empty space. Now, you can shoot the empty space, fine, but what helps is having the actor in the middle of the frame, right? But you're also establishing how wide and how expansive the space is, which then leads your audience to feel, okay, this guy really is on his own. There's nothing left or right of him. You have your extreme close-up or your POV, right? So this will help build your emotional tension. A shot like this is going to make you go, oh, wow, what's going on? Maybe it's scary, maybe it's romantic, maybe it's interesting. You, again, want to convey emotions, right? Every piece of content that we do is driven by emotion, right? Now, it's either emotion to sell, an emotion to excite, an emotion to bewilder. Realistically, content at the end of the day is built around emotion, right? Because you're not going to buy something because you want to. You're going to be driven to buy it because you have a connection to it, either a physical, emotional, sense of smell, sense of anything realistically. And well, obviously we can't convey, oh, you need this product because you need it. Our jobs is to convey a product or a service or an event or whatever else it is by using shots like this that help build the curiosity to obviously purchase or take part in something. Using depth of field, right? So photographers, obviously depth of field could either be 2 things, right? Realistically, depth of field is your aperture for a lot of us, right? Like, it's how sharp and how blurry the background is. But if you take a step back and think, rather than using depth of field, because obviously we all like to shoot at 1.8 because the background's creamy and it's beautiful and whatever, but realistically, building depth within a frame will make your audience focus on that actual subject, right? For instance, if I'm going to frame an office, right, I'm going to put my actors in the foreground and I'm going to have a busy office behind, because realistically, you don't want your audience to get distracted by the mess, but you want it to seem like it's an actual real place. It builds a connection, it builds a sense of being, and it helps locate your actors or your talent or your product or realistically anything within an actual space. It helps convey realism. And again, you create layers. So creating layers helps either make something taller, either something smaller. You do a nice little reveal. Maybe you're coming out of the side of a wall and you're showing an artwork, right? So you come from the wall because you create a layer between what you actually want to shoot and the camera. That allows you not only to realistically reveal the product or reveal what you're trying to shoot, but realistically it makes you notice a lot more about what's in the frame. But you're automatically drawn to the guys in the middle because of the creative framing. utilizing negative space, right? So negative space can make you feel one of two ways, right? It can either make you feel super emotional about the actor, maybe the actor's going through some stress and some heartbreak, and you leave that negative space to make him feel like he's alone. Or you use it to convey a feeling of lust, a feeling of desire, because you feel like you want to be in that space and you frame it rightly so. Your POV shot, right? Now your POV shot, personally in my opinion, I love a good POV shot, especially doing a lot of fitness content or a lot of commercial stuff. I want to see people use the product, or I want to see people interact with the camera. It's a bit of a fourth wall break, but realistically, it makes it stand out. But for instance, you're filming some guy boxing. He's going to box at the camera. Now you're going to feel like you're in the action, you're in the motion, you feel attached to it. Your over the shoulder shot, right? Now over the shoulder shot is great because it puts your actor within the frame of the other one, right? These are great because realistically you could have a stand-in and no one will know the difference. So anyone who shoots a podcast or who shoots anything narrative, maybe a short film, maybe a little documentary, realistically documentaries aren't just shot in one day, they're shot over multiple days. So you could always have a stand-in, but the over-the-shoulder shot establishes your actor within a space, but it's a lot more direct. You feel as if he's talking to you, not just to anyone. Camera movement and mounting. So obviously these are your basic 6 techniques when it comes to filming. Your pedestal is quite cool. That's basically like a jib that's going up and down. Your truck is left and right. Sometimes truck, sometimes slide. Your dolly is back and forward. So if you're using a Ronin, you can do a parallax. So that's when you push in but zoom out, or zoom in and push out. That's very interstellar, very different. For an event, that's actually quite cool because you feel as if the space is either a lot bigger or a lot smaller than you want it to seem. You have your pan left and right, which is great if you want to do maybe a quick talk between 2 people or an argument. You could quickly snap pan between the 2 of them. It adds a level of tension, a level of fear. Sometimes if you want to, especially in La La Land, the director focused on panning between the 2 main actors because it built tension, it built emotion, and that's when your lighting and your everything else is second to none, because realistically your camera motion is the more important thing. Your pan or your tilt up and down is, well, it's just basically if you want to do a nice little reveal, you'll come down from above and you'll showcase something, or you'll go from the ground up. Again, great for most uses. The roll I'm not so fond of because I think it's especially with vertical, it is a bit of a one-trick pony. Also mounting everything is a bit of a pain in the neck. But realistically, it can be nice if you wanted to have an actor lie down on a bed and transition to something else. You would roll the camera down with them. As he comes down, you pan up from somewhere else, or you roll up from somewhere else, and it kind of makes sense. Another thing that can help you elevate your filmmaking, your content, however you want to see it, is how you mount things, right? So obviously today you guys are going to have some fun mounting various objects to the camera. Now where does that make sense, right? That means that your content is in the forefront of whatever you're doing. Your product is within the forefront. Obviously, on the far left, we have One Shot. So One Shot was one of my clients. They wanted to do something different with having people interact with their product. Now, realistically, it's an electrolyte drink. It's not rocket science, right? You open it up, you put it in water, and there we go, electrolytes. How do I showcase it on a social media platform that's different? Well, I mount it to my camera, have the camera move around and have people reach out and grab one. Well, what does that do? That creates a feeling of FOMO, right? The audience is missing out on whatever is in that box, and they're more likely to buy whatever is in that box because they're seeing 5 or 6 people reach in, grab it. It's a lot more in your face. It's very punchy. Again, vertical stuff. This is more health and safety mounting. This is again something we're going to kind of touch on today. And then you've got your standard locked off shot on the left. Here's again 2 other kinds of mounting. You've got a mounter on a slider. And then you have like your high angle. This was shot from, the one on the right here was shot probably about 40 stories up, shooting down on a pool. We didn't have any choice but to shoot it this way. So it's something that if you guys can put a camera in a position, you can film in that position. Wireless technology is getting so good that you could realistically mount your camera anywhere, control it from anything. And that's how you elevate your filmmaking, by putting the camera someplace that you realistically would not. And that comes, again, like I said, this presentation was only just to mess around. This was not really the part of it. The part of it is obviously interacting with these two rigs. So how can we apply what we have learned into this? Well, realistically, you guys are going to get your hands dirty. So in, sorry, my maths is terrible. Right, I think we're going to do 6 groups of 2. We're going to practice with framing and how to tell a story with one of the bigger rigs. And then we're going to have a little bit of a break, and we're going to have a breakout session, and you guys are going to come up with a new concept for filming something mundane, right? So a product, just a random product. But this is more about how you learn, and you learn by doing. You don't learn by sitting down and listening to me harp on about some nonsense about framing, right? Realistically, most of you guys film, right? At least all of you have filmed something, correct? Right, so you guys don't have an excuse. So, right, obviously this one is the Red Komodo 6K. It's a nice little Super 35, nice little rig. It's got a 25 VV DZO, so Vespid. It's a bit more of a softer cinematic look. It's nice, little handheld, obviously. Hit the record button to go, hit the record button to stop, but realistically this is a nice little handheld rig that you can mount realistically anywhere. Take the handles off of it, take the battery off of it, you could stick it to realistically anything. For example, let me grab a ball head. Need a ball head off of something. Do you have it?
You have a ball head?
Yeah, you have anything on the sticks? Actually, I'll just take this ball head that's on the tripod, makes it easier. You got it? That's alright, I'll use this one. No, you're alright, I'll just use this. It's a 1/4 inch, right? No, it's okay, I'll use this. Don't. I didn't think about this, believe me, no, it's okay, just give me the little gold one. We're not going to mount it for long. Yeah, okay, so it's fine. Right guys, so obviously mounting is super important. I did not plan this, obviously, as you can see, we're doing a bit off the cuff. So, right. So, how can you mount your camera to be different, more dynamic, right? Obviously, if you're shooting an event. So hands up, who shoots events? Only 1, 2, 3. What do you guys shoot?
Photo.
Photo only? Okay. Well, this applies to you guys as well, because you have wireless on your camera, right? So you can mount your camera anywhere. Right, so, realistically, so you're going to mount this here. Yeah. Obviously, you want to make sure you have a quick release attached to the bottom of your camera. I'm going to pull this off. Essentially, and I would not recommend this with a low weight head and a heavyweight tripod camera, but realistically, okay, got it there. Here we go. So you can mount this camera realistically anywhere. Now, what does this do? Right, obviously you have a tripod. You can see it's the same thing. What if you had someone interacting with something here, but you didn't have a lot of space? Mount the camera to the table. Mount the camera to the roof if you want a POV, if you want some ultra-wide fight scene and you don't want to get involved. C-stand, up, arm over, mount the camera so you can see it. Realistically, stuff like this is not done that often here. It's very ghetto rig, it's very messy, but realistically this will get you a shot. And obviously you saw how I mounted. I'll mount the camera anywhere, anyhow, anywhere, to get the shot, and that's what makes my framing different, because I'm thinking out of the box. I'm not just going, wide shot, right, I'll just stand here on sticks. Don't get me wrong, I love sticks, but realistically, if I want to be out in the action, I'm going to mount it here. I'm going to mount, if I'm in a restaurant and I want to show a big reveal of like a dish, I'll mount this to the plate the dish comes on. Put a nice wide lens on it, maybe put a reducer on it, and as soon as the waiter is holding the plate, the camera is seeing the POV of the food. How do you transition? How does that make your content different? Well, realistically, It's not going to knock the ass out of it, right? But it's going to make it so that your audience feels like the food is for them, right? It's more inclusive. You feel more attached to it. And then you do a handoff. As soon as it gets to the plate, you can go ultra wide. You could pan round, pan left. If you're in a restaurant and you want to show a chef cooking something, mount it upside down. You could rotate and post. Stick the camera wherever you really realistically want to, and you'll get more of a feeling. We'll take that off before it comes off. But realistically, shots and mounting things like this are what makes framing more expressive. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to break off. If Nikon would be so generous as to hand out some cameras. Obviously, guys, try and pick someone that you've not been with. Make sure you've got a camera, and then we'll start going through some shots. What? Good. How's it going? Yeah, they. obviously the blind leading the blind. It's obviously the blind leading the blind. Amount. X when it comes out.
Hopefully.
Inshallah.
No, for sure. How's it going so far?
It's good. They're, yeah, I mean, it's nice for you guys to reach out. Obviously, not a lot of people have access to
Right.
to tech, right? So it's nice for them to come out and have a little play and.
Exactly.
No,
I
it's good.
think that's one of the main focuses that we try to have for
Yeah,
all of our
100%.
workshops.
No, 100%.
Because theory is only as good when you're able to practice it.
100%. Yeah, no. It's obviously this stuff is like overkill for what we do, but for what we're teaching now. But realistically, the core of it is to get Nikons in hands. It's good for your socials as well, right? Because everyone will tag it, so it's inshallah.
Inshallah.
Right, let me try and round these guys up again. No worries, we'll catch up after this done. Guys, everyone want to come back and take a seat? Does everyone have a camera in their hand? Or at least access to a camera? Let's go. Right, how does it feel? What Nikons do we have, Zaid? Nice. It's cute. Love it. Right, do we all have a kind of grasp on the settings, ISO, aperture, shutter speed? Hopefully. You on the red?
So if you shutter speed, capture. Standard.
It's not striking. Right, hopefully everyone's back into. Are we ready to roll, guys? Because we'll start the teaching now. Right, let me grab my prop. Right, so we're going to use this as our prop. So this is the Holyland lav system. That's empty. We'll get another one. Use this one. So, in your groups of 2, you're going to go off, grab a product, and you're going to film a little something about it. Okay? So this is going to help you to understand what different angles you could use, what different motions you could use. Does someone open it? Does someone put it on? Essentially, you want to tell a story about a product that realistically doesn't really need a story about, right? We're going to obviously focus directly on this because realistically it's a microphone, right? You clip onto your chest, stick this into the camera, Bob's your uncle, right? It's not super complicated, but in the spirit of trying something, I want you guys to break off for 10 minutes, find a corner, find a background, find a subject, if you want to use the lights in the backgrounds, if you want to use anything that's in this room to help tell a story. Once you've had 10 minutes to practice with your different angles, we'll then run you guys through how we would do it with the red. Maybe some of my ideas are the same as yours, maybe some of my ideas are worse than yours, maybe your ideas are better than mine about how to showcase it. So that way we'll give you guys some time to actually think about how you're going to film this product, very glamorous product. And then we're going to take that knowledge that you've gained over the next 10 minutes. We're going to then, everyone's going to come up in your groups of 2. You're going to get to use either, realistically you'll use the X, whatever lens you want, prime, zooms, anamorphics, you name it. And you're going to show everyone else how you want to showcase this. Ideally we want 10 seconds worth of footage. You don't have to record anything. I think there's memory cards and everything, but you could have there's not? Ah, well, then you guys can practice without. But realistically, you guys are going to take 10 minutes to practice with a product using your groups of 2, both your lenses, right? So everyone gets a feel for the camera, everyone gets the feel for the framing. Once we're all comfortable with that, then we'll jump onto the big camera, we'll jump onto a proper product that we'll lay out within the next 10 minutes, and then you guys can have some fun. So, grab a product and get going. There's one. There's your one. Guys. Well, it's not. No, I wouldn't. What else do we have available? Right, who doesn't have a product to film? We're going to borrow one of these. It's alright, you'll use this. Catch, it's a card reader.
Thank
you. Got them floating now. Give them 10 minutes to play with it, get a handle, and then we're going to run them through on the red. Oh, that's the YOLO Box Pro, right?
Yeah, this is Extreme.
Oh, Extreme. I have the
Pro.
The Pro.
Yeah, it's a new one.
It's nice.
It's 10 cameras.
No way.
10
but it's
HDMI.
Okay, yeah, it's nice.
It's 4K, so the other one doesn't have 4K.
Yeah, it only outputs.
It's just the camera on the other place, man. Like, people engaging.
It does that thing where you double tap it, right? Yeah.
This side.
Oh, you don't have anything mounted this side? Oh no, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's nice, man. I like the flavour.
You want me to get you something? I don't know. What is this?
Forget about it. Your other phone.
No, it's on this one. Ah, smart. That's, nice. Different. Well done.
There's no.
That was very good. Yeah. Try that. It's a nice little ball head. If you had
very nice one, yeah. 25.
yeah.
L
Yeah,
H.
25, yeah. It's nice. Different. This is how you get them started. Like, this is how you get them thinking
Of course, yeah.
about the framing, not just talking. I think they need to pair off and discuss with each other.
We met married, like,
Oh yeah.
from the con, just so many observers came.
For everyone mounting something.
No, I mean, like, like it's very important. For them, wearing hair.
That's what she said as well. She said it's nice to see everyone else play.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
Exactly.
So I'll be extra hard on them when you're over them at. Nice, very good.
This all you do. You're gonna represent me, thank you, Arlene.
You wanna have a play about with it? Put that on and have fun with it. Over one shoulder. Yeah. Jump it. Just remember, whatever you pointed at, everyone's going to see it on the screen.
Okay.
Got it? No, you're fine. You can put your hand on your and if you want to focus, just, yeah, under here, you're fine. So you can yeah, go, have a run around. Have fun. It has a manual zoom. I took the zoom motor off, so you can push in left and right. Like, it's par focus, so as long as you zoom in, you can, you know what I mean.
Where's the focus? This one? The manual focus.
If you need,
yeah.
there you go. So whatever is white is in focus. Thinking outside the box. It's been a while since I've seen that. Go and then you can upgrade it with the. Go for it. Drop the knife and pick up the rod. You took already?
Yeah, of course.
It's actually quite nice. It's actually really nice.
Yeah. See,
This is the 52.
Yeah.
2, right?
It is.
Yeah, it's really lightweight.
See,
It is.
see the Z50, this 52 and the 52 and the 63. These are 3 cameras which are really
I mean, the way they designed this, they did it very smart.
It's very light.
Very smart
Yeah.
job, because they started building that whole video narrative and took a lot of the full frame features and put them in here.
Yeah, with Nikon buying red, I'm excited to see what happens.
We are too.
And 52, C52, C63. So the
Yeah.
things
There.
even
No, it's definitely, it's,
Is it?
no, I can't say I have. I shoot predominantly GFX and H2, but I started my career on Nikon, like way back where.
Yeah.
And then
Which one?
D3200, then 7000, 600, 800, and then I went to Canon 5D Mark IV, run up the Canon line. I like the GFX for medium format look and feel, but it's slow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's actually for that
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, no, it takes the weight off your back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would imagine, right? Like,
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
strain
that,
as much.
that rig's 8 kilos, so you can imagine doing like 18 hours with it. It's, yeah. I
Like
feel like
10
an old man.
minutes
No,
holding-
you get used to it, but believe me, you
Yeah.
feel like an old man after a long day. But no, it helps give you that like more handheld feel.
Right.
It's like a float. It rolls with you. But it's nice.
No, we'll get you the Z63 to try
Yeah,
sometime. Because we'd like to hear.
Oh, no worries. Give me 2 seconds. I guess it's probably. There we go. Yeah, no, I mean, I've shot up the line with you guys. I left. I think I left at a time where I was running like old vintage AIS lenses, and it was beautiful, and then whatever else. It was. Don't get me wrong, it was great for what it did, but I think that was almost 10 years ago.
Exactly.
So I'd be very
did
interested to see.
enter-
Yeah.
Late in
Yeah.
the video game.
No, I'd be very interested to see what you guys have. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And it's always helpful for us to get the thoughts and comments back. Like, it's not always just the positive comments.
No. I shoot a lot of 5-star hotels and stuff. I work for Privly, so the membership app. Realistically, there isn't a place where the rig doesn't go. So it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Let me just. There you go. Which is good to go when you are.
Easy.
Yeah, there's. I've only ever seen 2 or 3 on set.
The best FPV pilot in this country is this man. No. I'm not joking. Yeah. Mark, Mark FPV. You got connected to him with the
Not yet. We'll get on it.
Connect with him. He's the man with the drones.
Yeah.
It's another genre together, right? You can run fast. Really good. Yeah.
I'll get it. There you go. Got it.
Wow.
Anyone else want to give it a crack?
This is another brand, SAC. Right?
SAC,
this,
yeah.
This one is different one.
Yeah, this is a Focusrite. You have SAC and Cine saddle.
And this brand is called Leo Photo. But you can create it, man, with other bags. Now think about it, like how we can create that.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways to do it. You could do it with a backpack, but realistically, this is filled with beanbag material.
Inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Like you feel it. You can feel the balls in it. It's yeah. It just bends anywhere.
In auto. Thanks.
What?
It's manual.
No, it's auto.
Oh.
It uses the LiDAR system by DJI. It's a nice little system, believe me. It's makes 1,000 decisions a second on what you can focus on, which is great. I mean, it's focus, zoom, or iris. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It's definitely different. You can control
My
it.
first time to use this one. It's really comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried the SAC. I've tried Cine Saddle. My friend that runs an Alexa LF runs.
I can work all day.
Oh, 100%. No, I've run 18 hours with just this. With that rig, it's easy. It's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an expense. It's a silly expense, but it makes sense. Plus, you can use it as a riser, high hat, low hat, whatever you want. We've even had it super low to the ground. I can't be bothered dropping this tripod every time, up, down. Use that, put it on the ground, stationary.
I just heard that you began your this journey from Nikon camera.
Yeah.
As a photography or videography?
For photography, I started almost 15 years ago taking pictures.
From which camera?
D3 200, then I went 7000, 600, 800, and then I switched to Canon. Mark.
I also began from like same.
yeah.
I also start from D70s.
Yeah. No, Mark 4 R, Mark 4 5DS R R5, and then up the line.
Then after you move
GFX.
Oh,
So I shoot medium format 100s, 102 megapixels medium format. Yeah, Fuji. Yeah. I'm an ex photographer, so it kind of makes sense, right? You want to try it?
That's because I was in Nikon. Nikon mostly don't have
Yeah.
picture previously. And that's why.
No, yeah. I took it. Yep. That just helps you balance it, right? Okay. Oh, wrong one. There you go. You put on the saxophone. Yeah.
Only the hand.
No. Just make sure you're comfortable, and then if you want to control your focus, you have the wheel here. So you might need to move it around so you can feel it a little better. Or maybe just go up. There you go. Oh, you're safe. I think it's locked. It's alright. Yeah. That's probably why you wouldn't get a good view. It was set anamorphic. My fault. There you go.
No, yeah, that's fine.
You should try it with the sack. Wait till this guy finishes, jump on it, then get a feel for it. It's definitely going to change the way you see it.
It's a V50
Mm.
2.
It's nice.
Ah, it's so nice.
Yeah, I know. It's lighter than your Leica.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, no, it's lighter than your Leica.
What was the lady from Nikon saying?
No, she wants to give me this, that, and the next thing. The usual. She wants to give me this, that, and the next thing. The usual. Oh yeah, no worries, man. Anytime. Don't need to ask. Just, oh, sorry.
Cool. 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
One more.
there you are.
1, 2, 3. Cool.
No worries, man.
Like a gimbal screen.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Yeah, same. It's the same screen. It's just a different control module. There's only about 3 of these in the UE. This lidar system. It's cool. It makes any auto manual lens automatic focus. If you calibrate it right, it's. Yalla. Close enough, right?
We have enough and more time.
Oh yeah.
Time up to 6 o'clock. We can dedicate it. But yeah,
You could hold it if you want for the picture. Take it for the picture.
Okay.
It's alright. Saves me having to put it back in the sticks.
So we use this setup if you want to work through.
Walk in, walk out, anything. Realistically, I could shoot anything on this. This one makes a difference, right? You can, yeah. It's got a 1/4 inch. Yeah, I mean you'll blind your audience, but it's alright. I just go on. Everyone's a happy family. Small ones in the front, tall ones in the back. Exactly, it's easier, right? Come on.
on.
Just a second. Pause. Pause.
Make a little space, make a little space.
Come join.
Alright,
Yep.
everyone ready?
Yeah.
Where's the energy, guys? Where's the energy?
Still keeping the stomach in.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Super.
Okay, no, super cool is the next one.
Okay.
Next one, I'll say 3, 2, 1. You guys put 2 thumbs out and say super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Nice director, well done.
Ready? Okay. So that's 3, 2, 1.
Super cool! Done, easy. I can write my log. Done.
Guys, we are not going to leave from now. But some people they want to just leave, then I thought, okay, let's take a quick picture. And we are going to be staying back here.
Done? Yeah, go for it. Just take the sack off and give it one. Just remember, whatever you point at, everyone on the big screen sees it.
They took it.
Nice, huh? It's nice for a little fill light. How is it? Yeah. Does anyone else want to have a go at the red before we do the one-on-one on the big camera? Right then, everyone take a seat. The weight? 7.5 kilos.
It's the fixed lens?
No, it's zoom.
20 to 55?
Yeah.
It's cine lens.
Parfocal.
Or wide.
There's wider if you wanted to go wider. There's 12 to 25 and 51-25.
T lens, no? Cine lens?
Yeah. T is just cine for aperture.
That's right, oh, yeah.
Right guys, how did we find framing with the little cameras? Nice, did we learn anything about framing? It's a lot easier when you can see in front of your face, right? Like it's, especially with these lenses, they're variable, what's it called? They're kind of like small zooms, basically, right? So you had 16 to 50 or something? Yeah, okay, cool. So essentially, you'll have the same thing on this. Now, within your groups of 2, you're going to come up and you're going to demonstrate a product that I have not got to hand yet. We're probably going to do something different, just so everyone is on a even playing field. Let me see. Right. This is full. Do you have an empty one? It doesn't really matter. It's for the guys to mess around with. Whee! I'm gonna go climb a mountain. Right, guys. So essentially, in your groups of 2, you are going to try and make a video about this backpack. If you want to go climb a mountain, this is probably your best bet. But realistically, in your groups of 2, using this, now you can have it on the sticks, you can hand hold it, you can stick it on the sack. Remember, everyone is going to see on the big screen. I'll stand back. You have a choice of the purple background or the yellow one. Because we're shooting on Nikon, we'll go for the yellow one, makes more sense. But realistically, you guys are now going to come up in your groups of 2 and you're going to demonstrate to everyone else in this room the ideas that you had about this backpack. So you have about 5 minutes apiece to think about it. Don't give all the secrets away in the front row now. So who's first? Who wants to be the first group of 2? Come on then, if you were talking the big game, let's see it.
Okay. Cool. So I'll just propose a.
You tell the group. You could be director.
Okay. So. I'll just explain it to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have this kind of idea. Fast pace, fast pace. Okay. Basically from this item, I see it's a camera bag storage here. And the video that I was thinking about this is like oops. My first time.
Smart one, huh? Smart.
Okay. Is this camera bag storage?
It's camera video. Lenses. I think you can carry 2 body and 4 lenses with this camera.
Okay. So this is good for traveling and stuff.
I'd imagine it was good for traveling.
Okay. So how can I shoot a video out of this? I would say, of course, we have cameras. And we are shooting a video like fast pace, very fast, cut scenes, music, intense music, with the zipper, like you're packing for a trip, shoot, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so it's like a 15-second video, I would say. Very, very fast paced.
Okay, right, well you've explained it. Shoot
Yeah.
it. So you're going to shoot it now?
Actually,
We're gonna
first
shoot.
page is Canon, it will be better.
You want to do that?
It will be better. If you
How's the idea? Is it okay? Is it?
actually, first of all, yes.
We're gonna shoot it using
This. Oh. And everyone's going to see it on the big screen. We're not going to record, but you're going to see it.
Okay. Since we're shooting with the big camera, you can wear it and I'll be
Yeah.
shooting it. That's so cool.
Go on then.
Okay.
Got it?
Whoa.
Now just remember, whatever you point at, everyone's going to see it on the big screen now, so be careful. Come on the yellow background, it's Nikon sponsored, come on. Let's get going. Now imagine you have a client that's up your behind telling you, come on, hurry up.
Okay, I have an idea. So you can put the backpack here.
Just don't take the
We'll just
labels
come
off.
up, go into the backpack and wear it, okay? How can you zoom here?
So second ring is a zoom. So that one will be a zoom.
Okay.
Can you explain about the bags?
Oh. Okay.
Maybe it's an informative video.
Informative.
Kind of, yeah, because our targeted customer is someone having a camera.
Yes,
And,
yes.
That's why we have to show them that this is effective.
How do I zoom again?
You're safe, you're safe.
If you carry this, then that will fine. I'll handle that.
Okay, go ahead.
If you carry this, it's fine. Because maybe I'll carry
You
the
feel
camera.
confident enough with it?
Yes.
Okay, then go for it. Now you've got autofocus.
Whoa. Okay. Let's move back.
You want to have only back.
No, let's move back, move back, move back. So in the background. Okay, perfect. 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Here we have busy take bag. We can carry 2 bodies. You can see the body part. This is portable bag. You can have 2 body, one in this side and other for fast things like this. While carrying, you can just swap camera and take photos.
Okay, like slow down. Go through shot by shot. What kind of shots are you going to use rather than let's shoot the whole thing? Explain. Tell the audience what shots you would use to display this bag.
Okay.
So either one of you directs and the other one points the camera, does the shot, or you take turns in which shots you want to do.
How about let's put the bag on the ground and you just go for it one by one.
Yeah, you can have it. Just go downside. Like, take close up.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. You can zoom. Sorry.
Should I show the inside?
Yeah, actually.
You can stand up the bag, put the bag up, facing at me. No, yeah. Perfect? Is it good?
Just on yeah, take one clip of me having the scanning bag. That type of close videos.
Okay.
So that we can merge in later. First, let's unzip this. Just take close-up shot.
All right. Taking close up. This is really heavy. Yeah.
And just scanning.
Turn around. Okay, we're done.
Not bad, right? Nice. From a product perspective, it was good. It was nice. Give me 2 seconds. Feel better now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It is off.
So from a product perspective, that was great. But did it tell you a story? Did it make you want to buy the bag? Anyone?
It's more informative, I would say.
Yeah. Right. So that's more of your on your website or on your social media that showcases the single product, the features. Does anyone have any better ideas on how to showcase the bag? I saw a little bit of scheming over there. So you guys want to take a crack at it? Come on then. Less discussing and more showing.
No, we're not talking.
Right. One of you grabs the bag, the other one sacks up. It's good. Try it again, but have a think about what you want to do with it. Because I know the style you want. That's the style I would recommend. It's the style I would do. The thing you were talking about, the fast-paced stuff. Okay, so run me through the shots you're going to use. Are you going to go an ultra close-up? You're doing wide? What are you doing?
So first we need to take some detailed shots.
Good.
So keep the bag like this, front facing, and first, yeah,
Nice, nice. You see how he's using his subtle pan left and right? That makes the shot a little bit more expressive. It's not boring. It's nice.
If there is any circulation thing, we can take a
Nice.
static shot.
Nice, nice, easy. You're probably going to want to focus on your details, any USPs of the bag. Maybe it has a camera clip, maybe it's got a couple of buckles, maybe it's waterproof, the material. Yeah, nice little pan up and down, not bad. You see how this is a lot more exciting than just a standard bag on the table, camera on the sticks, nothing too like in your face. So it looks like he's going to go for a reveal now, so that's going to open the bag, he's going to showcase either the zip opening or, oh yes, nice, and then we're going to go into the straight open of the bag to reveal the interior.
Close it again, close it again. Once I tell you, then open.
Okay, a nice little over the shoulder to show detail. Obviously you imagine there's some products in there, you're probably going to grab a product out of it and you're going to get to shooting.
Open it again.
Nice, nice. Does anyone have any ideas of how they can make it better? Anyone want to share some opinions? Anyone want to try something else? Nothing? Crickets? Nice. Nice little close-up of the bag, showcasing the details. Oh well. Nice. So you can imagine you're doing all of this vertical and horizontal. The benefit is you're going to frame it twice. Realistically, a lot of clients will ask sometimes for a 16:9 for a website. So a little bit wider is always better. You can always punch it in post. At least if you're 4K or above, you're safe. Realistically, 6K gives you a lot of space, but 4K you'll be fine.
Yeah, this is first time I'm.
Oh no, yeah, no, you did well. 100%, you did well. Is it heavy? You want to give it back, or are you okay with it?
Yes.
Right. Mine. Got it. So, realistically, a lot of work that you do with clients will rotate around social media. Okay? Very rarely will 16:9 become a popular item on your menu for dealing with clients. But the benefit of actually using creative framing isn't just about making your film stand out, but it's giving you some space and some safety. Now, realistically, 9 times out of 10, a lot of your stuff will end up on social media, right? Realistically, my stuff does as well, so it's not exactly ideal, but it'll work. So what you want to do is you want to always frame a little wider. Right? Don't worry about cutting edges, or if there's some ceiling here or some light there, you can always punch in. Realistically, it's not the cleanest way to do it, but you can get away with it when the need must. Or realistically, you could always go, like, and obviously the Nikons are well built for it, you can go 16:9, 9:16, 16:9, 9:16. Only problem is you're going to shoot everything twice, which realistically is something you can do. I mean, I don't see the problem with it. I occasionally do. With these, it's a little bit difficult to go vertical, but if the need arises, you can. So, we've seen a little bit about framing, we've seen a little bit about how it makes it different. How would we, and this is a group effort now, we all have to think about the framing or how we would do the framing. How would we realistically showcase someone walking into this venue? What kind of shots could we expect to see? So if anyone coming out of the mall and walking into this place, what kind of shots would we expect to see?
Close-up shots, interacting with people.
Okay, nice.
Running some sports type.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
White stuff.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
White shot.
Yeah, just opening the
Tilt up, tilt down. White shot.
Okay.
this back also following shot like.
Okay. Nice. Has anyone thought about a detail of grabbing the handle, maybe feet walking through the door? If you're shooting anything with sports, anything with action, the best shots to get are basically 5 shots, okay? You want a wide, say for instance you're shooting someone running. You want a wide shot of them exercising, training, a little bit more of a close-up of them straining, maybe they're sweating, maybe they look a bit out of breath. You want a tracking shot with them, so that's when you run with them to get the feet, the arms, the struggle. And then you want maybe some kind of a medium shot of them passing by you. Now that makes it more interactive, it's less boring and more creative. So, in saying that, I need a volunteer to be the model, and I need a volunteer to be the camera op. We're going to run through the whole situation of someone coming into here. So that we need someone who's light on their feet, has a fairly decent idea about framing. We'll have a director who will direct via the monitor, and we'll have someone do the action. So I need 3 volunteers.
Can I do the camera?
You can do the camera.
Yeah.
I need a director, and I need talent, so I need a model to do it. You want to be the model? Right, so I need a director now. Anyone want to step up and shout orders at the camera guys? Come on, there must be someone here that wants to shout, bark orders at the camera guy. Make him sweat a little bit, you know. Simulate a client. Okay, no volunteers? You'll do it? Yalla. Right, suit up. Now obviously your director's going to run behind you, he'll be able to see your screen. Your talent is going to do as he's told, hopefully. And then everyone else is going to watch on the big screen. Try not to go too far out, probably where the pillar is. I would leave it there before you get busted by security guards. They're not exactly the nicest people, so...
How is that transferring?
Wireless.
Wireless. This 4K?
Yeah.
6K.
6K recording, 4K transmitting. It goes to the little box over there, the 7-inch Indie. Right. Okay. If you want, we can go wider. Do you feel comfortable with this lens, or do you want to go wider?
I think this is
This fine?
20 to 55.
We have 12 to 25 as well if you want to go ultra wide.
That's right.
That's fine. Now come over here, we'll change it out. Forward.
It's 12 to 25 to full frame or medium
Super
format?
35. Super 35, so it's like
Crop.
in between a crop and a full frame.
Crop is 46. Crop.
Crop is a 1.3 crop. Give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
Recalibrate. Okay. Right, so now we're going to go up on your F. Nice ultra wide. Build that up. So essentially where we would use a wider lens like this is if we want to show a lot of motion. So right now on the screen you can see that we are not transmitting, which is a bit strange. Okay, hold there. Check videos on. Okay, 2 seconds. There we go. Right, so I'll maybe knock that up a little bit. Move the chair out of the way. Right guys, so you're going to have your model walk in from the front door, probably where your brown tiles are. I want you to think about how you're going to do it. Think about how you're going to show, obviously detailing all of the different frames that we have talked about within this class. Remember, wherever you point the camera at, the big screen's going to see it. Right, you're good. Just remember, okay, go for it. What you guys fucking bugging about? I forgot how good the battery life is on the 6K. No, on the 6K, just on the 99, it's not doing it because it's not recording.
Yeah. I thought we were.
To be fair, it's not bad because it's doing SDI and HDMI. I can see it on the little screen as well. So obviously right now he's going for a medium shot. It's nice, it's over the shoulder. You want to show the power and the influence that the actor has or the talent has. It's quite nice. Obviously you're going to see a bit rough. You could obviously stabilize in post. This is an extreme wide. It's quite nice. You're showing space. It's very GTA. Nice, nice. It's nice, powerful shots under the chin. Obviously it works for men, not so much for women, but it's great. Okay, that's nice wide, shows the space. A little bit too wide. Punch in a little bit. Or punch out. Nice. It's a lot of leg. Nice. So these kind of shots work very well if you're working for anything with sneakers, anything with action.
Once you enter the room and just there are lots of
Yeah, maybe you handle like that.
I'll give you some space. Nice over the shoulder shot. Nice, shows the crowd. Well done. Okay, you're building depth. Nice. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Not bad, guys, not bad. You can. Might be a bit overkill, but it's nice. Nice transition, nice focus on the feet. It's different, right? Need another 3 volunteers to do the same thing, but they're going to do it completely different to the first group. So I need my director, I need my model, I need my camera op. Come on. Yeah, the 3 of you. Heavy, right?
Yeah.
Big motherfucker, isn't it?
That was fun.
Right, who's going to op? You going to op? Right, so you're either model or director. Which one is it?
I will direct.
There you go, you got your model. Same system. Nice.
Thank you.
Not bad. Not bad. Where'd you want it? I'm not sure what you want. So, is this? No, I think it was just sitting over there. I believe it's probably one of your guys.
Thank you.
There's a lot of Nikon out here. It's nice. Right, guys. While they prepare, is there any questions? I know it's been a bit all over the place, but realistically, is there any questions about framing, or do you have any queries that we could answer?
I have one question.
Go on.
How does the production go smoothly? Like the scripting?
So your standard production would probably be pre-production, which is your planning. That's where you'll work out your look, your mood board, your timing, your location guide, location scouting. Then you'll do your actual production, which, nice shot, okay, nice. Your production is obviously your 2 or 3 day, whatever you're shooting, and then your post-production is where you edit. 90% of your planning should be done pre-production. You shouldn't be doing things on the fly. Obviously the stuff we're doing today is on the fly because you learn how to think on your feet. But realistically, go in with the plan, utilize every asset you have. Storyboarding using AI, storyboarding using text to image, you could find video references. For instance, my briefs tend to be about 17 or 18 pages for a 12-hour shoot. That's location, that's timing, that's mood board, so the client knows exactly what I want, I know what the client wants, and realistically it's a merge of that and you get the job done. But yeah, I could only stress that planning is the most important thing. You can't just half-ass things, because as soon as you half-ass it gets messy. Any other questions?
How do you do your storyboard?
So I use croc.io. Basically it's a mix of image and text to AI image, which is great, because realistically I type in what I want and it'll make an image for me. Realistically I used to draw them out years ago, but you can imagine doing that 2 or 3 times a week, it gets extremely tiring. The best thing to do is a standard little storyboard. I'm sure we could share a template where it's like six little boxes, a little bit of text underneath. You want your camera movement, your camera lens, your lighting, if there's any narrative or talking, you're going to use that as well. And then on top of that, you'll have your big image, which kind of gives you the reference of what it is. Obviously, it helps to go out and film or to take pictures of your actual location, like a recce. But if you don't have that luxury, Google is your best friend. You could always Google the place you're going to shoot, find some images, Google Maps, whatever, build it up and get going. So these guys are a lot quicker with what they want, because realistically they know, they've seen what you guys have done and they're learning on it.
Is it stable in that bag? Or?
Is it stable? Yeah, is it stable? Yeah. If you know how to run the bag, it's stable. It's worth it. I mean, it's better than a Ronin. If I use this on the Ronin, I have to strip it down quite drastically. But if I want a handheld, nice little feeling, I'm going to reach for that bag 9 times out of 10. The Easy Rig is great as well, but again, different tool for a different job. You see how he's able to go up and down and up and down and up and down without any real issue? That's the benefit of this little sack, is it spreads the weight across your body and your back versus just your arms. So when you're going to run it, your arms are naturally just going to start to go like that after 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Or you're going to lean back, then you're going to have a lot of back pain at the end of a shoot. This keeps the weight nice and tight. Nice. Not bad. Nice. Right. I'll run it how we normally run it. Right, got it. Alright, just throw the bag on the floor, yeah. Right guys, so now we've seen 2 different styles. I'll show you how I would normally run it if I had the same brief to shoot someone walking onto a stage. Ready? My glamorous wife will help me. It's not like she's not done this before. Right, we're probably going to run wide into close, and I'll come right on the side of you. I'll spin around the back of you. I'll get a little bit of the feet, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come. Well, you know what I mean, from maybe the back half, and then as you walk up the stairs, I'll go below, wrap around you, and then come down again. Yeah?
Okay.
No, you're all right. Right. Right, 3, 2, 1, walk. Okay, slow down. Well, keep walking, keep walking. Okay, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Walk a little faster. And up the stairs. Stop. It's a lot quicker than stopping and going. Now that is obviously without the sack. I'm going to feel that tomorrow morning, but realistically, sometimes with shots you have to be in one fluid movement.
So the work, how we can work like the proper work while holding the proper work while holding the camera.
It depends on the load. Realistically, if I have something that's quite light, like this, I'm going to hold it like that. Right, so I'm going to use the heels of my feet, because if I use the tips, I'm going to feel like I'm leaning a lot forward. Sorry, you can close the doors. So, realistically, you would never really do handheld for that length if you didn't want a bit of movement. But if you wanted to limit your movement, it's 2 or 3 contact points. So you'll either put a strap around it, put it around your neck, and you want to keep it quite tight. Like that. I'll show you on this one so you could all see. This is nice. So you're going to want to keep it very close to your body, because you use your body to compensate. Realistically, you would never really run a full rig like this and have it ultra stable, because it's more handheld. If you're going to do it, stick it on a Ronin. If you don't have access to a Ronin, you want it really old school style, camera strap around the neck. I'm sure Nikon can help me out with the camera so we can demonstrate that. Just anything that's got a strap. I'm not going to, I just want to demonstrate to us. So realistically, old school style has always been like this. So if I want it stable, push the weight forward, obviously make sure your strap is tight, like that. Okay, I mean I'm old and frail, but it still works. If you're going to do vertical, normally you can get a little screw, I'm sure iBrand sells them. Put it into the bottom. You'll run your strap here and there, and obviously you've got it quite tight. Realistically, you would never be in a position where you'd be doing that, but if you needed to, you could. Or if you want some low angle, stress here. Again, this is very, very old school style filming. Normally we have Ronins, we have gimbals, we have all this kind of stuff, but in a pinch, yeah, tightness here, so you grab it there. Obviously try not to zoom in and zoom out because you'll ruin your shot, but you want to keep that tension just so you can get that nice little, kind of like you're getting ready to launch an arrow, but you want to keep it like that. The neck is always a good one, that way you can kind of keep it. Any more than 10 minutes and your body's going to start to go like that, but you could for a bit kind of lean in and lean out. Monopods are always the best friend if you're doing stationary work. So realistically, if you're shooting an event and you need to quick stationary stuff, unlock the ball head at the bottom, spin round. Right? We all love Ronins, we all love technology, but batteries die, you leave it at home, what can you do? Camera in your hand.
Also, it's like mostly in cinema, like you use a lot of handheld, like
Oh, yeah.
running, seeing.
So the handheld in the cinema world is heavily stabilized. We use something like gyro data. Obviously you can see here we have gyro, right and tilt. That data, basically I can take that back into my editing software, use gyro flow, and then input that gyro data and it will stabilize it for me. It's not going to be the best, but realistically with using like a bag or using a Ronin or using an easy rig, you get used to handheld. It comes with experience. Obviously you saw there we were a little shaky walking in, but realistically unassisted handheld, it's smooth. Handheld is always meant to be handheld. It's not meant to be smooth. It's supposed to be handheld, right? It's supposed to have that feel.
It's like a different cinema.
Exactly. If I wanted like a, yeah. You match, normally you would match steps with someone. So if you're running behind them, you match their exact pace. Left leg goes down on the actor, your left leg goes down. Right leg goes down, your right leg goes down. You match the pace, that way the jumpiness is synced. It takes a bit of practice, but realistically, if you needed to, you could match the actor's pace and you would feel like it was imposed. It was meant to be, essentially. Any other questions? Anything you want to try before we knock it on the head? You guys have been great. Hopefully you've learned something. Obviously, big shout out to Nikon and iBrandConnect for putting it together. Is there anyone want to try anything? Anamorphics, primes, the difference, anything? Well, we.
I just want to learn the difference between normal cine lens and the anamorphic lens.
Okay, so an anamorphic lens. Actually, I could show you. Give me a second, because we have anamorphics here. Right, so anamorphic basically is wider than 16 by 9. 16 by 9 is obviously your standard ratio. Anamorphic is 2 by 3 by 4. I will show you now. It gives you a wider field, so it's wider than it is taller. So you can have these really ultra wide shots, very like, everything becomes shorter but wider. So if you're doing like a nice piece to camera or you're working with an actor, the face stays the same but the background increases. So if you wanted to showcase a wider space, it works better that way.
Shooting normal wider lens and we cut down.
Yeah, you would normally put a cinescope on it. I mean, this is going back years, but I used to do the same thing. So what I would do is take.
The look is different.
Yeah. So back before we had anamorphics that were readily available, we would run a cinescope. So that is basically the black bars top and bottom of your video. It's now it's very cheesy, but you used to get away with it years ago. Now clients know the difference. But now with the addition of new anamorphic lenses that are quite cost effective, I think every manufacturer has some semblance of an anamorphic lens. For me, I'm using the Suri anamorphics. They're full frame. Come on. Right. So, obviously you see everyone's face is very bent, right? So this is an anamorphic.
Distortion.
Distortion?
Distortion, yeah.
No, this is just because it's 16:9. So if you watch what happens, let me change the. You see how it becomes a lot wider. Okay. So now everyone can get their flashlights out, and we'll showcase the.
Usually you use in manual.
Yeah. No, well, it's see how the lenses are different now. You see how the light is a lot more flary, and it's got that blue tint.
Yeah. The lens using for the cars headlights.
Yeah. You see how the light is a lot more longer than it is taller. It is a bit of an overused effect, if I was to be honest with you. Personally, I use anamorphics because sometimes our deliverables are wider than they are taller. I'm getting a lot more real estate lengthwise than I am height-wise, so that's why I would use an anamorphic. Already it looks quite cinematic because it's wider than it is. You know, it genuinely looks a lot nicer. Do I think it's a lens for every application? Well, of course not. But realistically, it gives you that more interesting feel. For instance, if I was to do a pan down, so a very like old school style pan down, it looks a lot different, right? It looks more clean, but also a lot more like it's meant to look. Like it's very hard to describe the cinematic look. And here we go, here is my second AC, just rolling in the door. He's about 2 hours late, it's fine. Hi Adil. So Adil is a filmmaker that came from London. Go on Adil, tell everyone your story. He shoots on a Red and a Sony. Does a lot of nice little content. He specializes in telling stories and commercial stuff, and he's here to assist. But yeah, realistically, to answer your question, anamorphic has a feeling that can't really be replicated by a normal lens. Everything becomes wider, you can tell the tone is a lot different, skin's a lot smoother. Lights are always great, it gives you that feel that's different, but I wouldn't exactly say it's for everyone. Much as a prime, for example, we'll do a 25mm full frame prime, and you'll see the difference. The Nisei Athenas are more clinical than they are romantic, which again, different looks for different shoots. So this is an adapter for RF to PL. Yeah, so both Komodos are RF natively, but realistically, if I want cinema lenses, I am reaching for PLs. This is the Nisei Athena 25mm. So.
Canon mount lens. RF, you told that.
No, this is PL to RF. So there we go. You see how the look is a lot more wide. Realistically, it's not exactly something that I would grab if I'm doing storytelling. It's more commercial based, it's more clean. Yeah. If I'm going to run out on a shoot, I'm either using, if it's client-based product, something high-end, I'm using Athenas because they're crisp, they're sweet, they're all T1.9. If I'm doing something with feeling, it's pictor zooms, punch in, punch out. And if I really want to take it to cinema, I'm doing anamorphic. Any other questions? Nothing, I think we're good then. Does anyone want to try anything on this before we leave?
So which frame rate you normally using for your projects? 24
It depends on the project. Realistically, if it is audio based, I'm using 24 because realistically it's smoother, it's cleaner. If I'm doing something with action, I'm shooting at least 60 to 80 FPS. If I'm doing a mixed hybrid, so maybe a documentary that I want to slow down a little bit, I'm going to shoot 48 frames. That way I can make it 24. So I have that fast motion while I'm recording in case I miss something, but I can slow it down in post to do 24. Realistically, most cameras will do 24, 25, 30, 50 and 60. A7Ss can do 100 FPS, but they're a little finicky with heat. But realistically, yeah, for me it's either 24 or 60.
Because when it's going to stabilize later, it will be very hard to stabilize. Maybe
That's-
25 frames.
If you really feel like you need to stabilize, shoot 60. 60 will give you the best bet if you're doing handheld and you need to stabilize. But you learn how to not need to stabilize, then that's more important than oh, I'll just crack my frame rate up. Some cameras don't do very well with lights here. Most of the places you'll shoot that are naturally lit have terrible lighting, so you get banding, so you've got to play with your shutter. But realistically, I always tell people, and I know it's funny because I'm standing in front of a red, learn the technique before you learn the tools, right? Learn, like I just showed you with the strap, how to get stable footage, right? That I could throw it on a Ronin and bang, 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 right? Shots clean. But if I don't have a Ronin or my Ronin battery dies, what am I going to do? Like you have to come up with backup plans, right? Tuck your elbows in. If you're going to shoot stationary, you're shooting an interview and you don't want the person to like sit down and you don't have tripod, elbows in, camera out, very much. Like this, right? If you've eaten less than I have, you might be able to get your elbows to touch, but realistically you're like that. I can stay like this for 10 minutes without it really moving that much. If I'm in a rush, this is what I'm going to do, bang, right? It doesn't make sense to run around with a tripod all the time or a monopod all the time if you don't have it. Realistically, work on your technique, because your technique is what helps you get your jobs, helps you get on your feet, right? When we could all run Reds, we could all run Aries, we could all run Baranos if we really wanted to. If we had enough money, if we all pooled money together, we'd get a Barano or a Raptor V or whatever else. But just because I've got the technology doesn't mean I know how to use it, right? Yes?
Speaking of technology, you shoot in slow. How do you deal with data and space? You know, because when you project after project, you know.
Yeah. So, good question, and I know where that question is coming from. So, data management, right? Realistically, if I am going to shoot massive projects, I shoot at least 2 to 3 times a week. I'm shooting about 2 to 3 terabytes per day. This camera does a gigabyte per second. Okay, I'm shooting raw. So much like an image, I'm shooting raw, right? Like raw image. I can make, obviously you're seeing, this is what the raw looks like out of the transmitter, right? It's very desaturated and it looks terrible. But I can make that pink, blue, like that, without really pushing the envelope. That's why I shoot raw. My file sizes are massive. RAW gives me flexibility. I can punch in, punch out. I can do a lot to the file before the client even sees it. How do I handle the files? Well, I have a lot of hard drives. If you're going to edit on an SSD. And the old saying is, if you don't have the data in 2 places, you don't have the data. Always back up your cards. Because we've all been there. When we're on set and something goes wrong, we have to format a card and we go, oh no, we don't have the data. And then we're screwed, right? Figure out what you're going to do. Figure out what files you actually need. Figure out how much space you need for a project. Tell your client, hey, I need a hard drive if you want to keep this stuff. Once you edit it, make a master. So making a master is basically every single clip that you've shot, events, product, whatever it is. Put it into one big timeline, or Resolve, Premiere, CapCut, whatever. Export that in the highest your camera can do. So if it's 4K, export it in 4K. If it's 6K, 6K. If it's 1080, 1080. At the highest bit rate, the highest depth, the best color. That way, if you really need a backup, you can go back to that file, edit it. The client's not going to know the difference, realistically, if you've done it right. But always keep a 4K master. You can get rid of the RAW after the money's in the account, the client is happy, you're happy, it's been posted. If you're desperate for space, delete the raw. For me, I have probably about 150 terabytes of raw data. I never know when I'm going to need something. And in my line of work, sometimes the client says, hey, do you have a video of this? And I go, yeah, I've got a video of this. Give me 2 minutes and I'll find it. Naming your files is the best thing to do. But dealing with data is sadly the nature of the beast. And you don't have a choice but to deal with it.
How do you arrange your file? Like naming only or date, you also keep date?
So if I'm going to do a project, I pull in, say for instance, I'm shooting B-Hub, right? My file looks like, my source file is B-Hub. Then it's raw video, raw photo, masters, editing data, anything I've used on the project, for instance, sound effects, tracks, looks, colors, transitions, whatever, I have a separate file for that. That way, if I delete it from my source file somewhere, I still have a backup so my project doesn't die when I open it up. But I don't need to name it because every file, your camera should have a date on it that tells it this is today's date at this time. Keep it up to date and you're fine. If you don't have that, then do it because it's going to help you when you're looking for something. But realistically, name the file of the place you're doing. If you shoot it more than once, put the date before the file or shoot 2, shoot 3, shoot 4. Just organize your files because when the client's asking for something, you want to know where it is. You don't want to go, oh, I'll get back to you in an hour. You want to say, yeah, okay, give me 10 minutes, I'll get out to you. It's not rocket science. Any other questions?
You are having this much lens and every prime lens.
Yeah.
It's too difficult for a project. If it's in far, you have to carry 24, 35, 85,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, you carry it.
You'll carry all these.
I won't carry all of these lenses all of the time. If I'm doing a documentary, I'm taking the zooms and I'm taking the 2 primes. Why do I take the 2 primes? If I've got to throw it on a gimbal, it's easier. The gimbal, the primes for the Vespids and the Pictors look the same, roughly, right? One's full frame, one's not, but they have the same color. So if I really need to throw the camera on a gimbal or I need to mount it, like I showed you earlier, to something, the lighter lens is easier to mount. That's what I'll roll out with. If I'm doing a full feature-length film or a short film, I'll take the anamorphics or I'll take the primes. Realistically, when I roll out, that black cart that's there gets filled with a photo bag, a video bag, lighting equipment, grip equipment, everything goes in the one bag. I'm not saying you carry everything that you own, every single piece of camera equipment you own to every shoot, but you figure out what you need and you plan accordingly. You don't just go, I'll just take these lenses for fun. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, yeah, that was me, I'll take everything. And then I realized, look, I don't use this lens, I don't take that lens, I don't use this. So you build a kit. That's why you have lens kits. A kit is everything from 14 to 85. That's all you need, realistically, right? Some people like to shoot ultra wide, some people like to shoot super close. So you have to obviously build your kit around you. I can't tell you the recipe because my recipe is different to your recipe, realistically. But the reason we brought all the lenses out is for you guys to try them and see the difference. Obviously, you're not going to run out and buy anamorphics because they're a one-trick pony. But you might buy a zoom because you think, well, a zoom is 3 primes, right? 12, 24, 35. Or 20, 35, 50. It depends on what you do. Depends on what you shoot. You have to analyze yourself. I can't tell you what it is. I mean, Adil shoots ultra wide, but he also has a 24 to 105 in case he needs to punch in. You never know because a client can come to you and say, I want to shoot this. It's better that you have something in your bag that you can do it with and say, oh no, I can't get this. Or you force yourself to shoot with a lens that isn't really capable of it because realistically, you're not going to go on a racetrack with a Tida, right? You're going to take a Ferrari. So you'd rather have a Ferrari at your disposal than take the Tida everywhere. That's why I use this guy, right? Because the Red is the most versatile camera I've used. It's not the best at low light. We carry lights. It's not the best at, actually it's probably the only thing it's not good at is low light. Skin tones are fairly good on it, right? The frame rates make it commercial based. I could do up to 80 frames in 6K. I could do 240 in 2K. Realistically, I'm not going to need anything else. That's why I run it. The only thing that is a bit of a pain in the neck is the ISO sensitivity, right? It's a little noisy, but realistically, it's not built to be a low light camera. It's built to be a cinema camera. Same like if you pick up a Nikon, right? A Nikon's a nice, well-rounded kit that will get you started. Then you can decide the stuff that they have right now. I mean, they bought Red, so realistically, in the next year or so, I want to say that Nikon is probably going to bring out a body that will rival what the Komodo is. Because they'll take the Red technology and put their Nikon look and feel on it. I mean, they already have a Z-mount version of this camera, so that gives you EF mount, E mount, no, EF, E, X.
Nikon lens isn't supported in there.
Yeah, they are. With the Z mounted Komodo, they are, yeah.
Previously it was Canon lens.
Previously it was Canon, you could get away with some PL, that's why we run PLs realistically, but if you're going positive lock. So realistically, I have to physically lock the lens to the body. I can't just stick it in and click. I have to physically mount the lens, lock it down. That way, if I really wanted to, I can mount it multiple ways. If I wanted to do vertical anamorphic, there's ways to mount a PL anamorphic vertically. Gives you the same feel, but realistically, PL lenses are the most versatile, realistically, full frame. Most of them are, the Pictors aren't, but yeah, it depends on your, again, depends on your line of work. I can't tell you which is the best thing. I'm Red and GFX, which is really weird because I could use PL on GFX, but I can't use GFX on PL. So it's a bit of a weird one, but realistically, my tools are going to be completely different to what you guys use. I don't think there might be some cross-pollination. There might be some lenses that I'll go, yeah, that's a good one. Or no, I like that, but realistically, every shooter has a different bag. Every bag has different kit. Every kit is different for the person. Some people like Sony, some people like Canon, some people love Nikon, some people who like the look like Fuji, some people like Panasonic. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen a Panasonic camera, but, oh, they have the SH that's very much like the Leica. But realistically, every shooter's going to be different. I can't tell you the recipe. All you have to do is learn on how to do it without the equipment. Learn the basics, the framing like we've discussed today, elevate that way. Then think about your color. Color and lighting can come after your framing. If your frame's terrible, it doesn't matter what you do to it, it's still going to be terrible, right? Once you find the angle you like, light around that. Don't just go, I'm just going to put all the lights here and try. Right? Of course you have your key line, 2 point, 3 point, 5 point, whatever it is, but realistically speaking, get your framing done first. Think about it as if you're telling a story. Don't just go shot, 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 shot. Every time you shoot, build a story. Don't just go, all right, we're just doing this. Plan it out, because a lot of people get blinded, like deer in the headlights, and then they'll just revert back to normal, and it's bang, 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 bang. Right? And at the end of the day, it's not going to look any different to the time you shot it before. But if you could actually put a story behind it, put a frame behind it, put feeling behind it, the rest is easy. The lighting is, man, you could do it with natural light. You could do it with an iPhone. You can do it with a little panel that you guys were using earlier. It's not rocket science. But getting your framing is the most important thing, because your framing will make it different. Will make you stand out from everyone else. Remember, there's about 10,000 people doing the same jobs we do. How do you make yourself different? There's nothing to be depressed about, it's competition. I mean, how do you think these professional footballers started? They started kicking a ball around and getting better and better and better and better, and then they're champions. So you've got to think about it the same way. It's not about, oh, I can't do it because no, I don't have this. Learn, right? Speak to each other. Realistically, our job is pretty lonely at the top. Not at the top, but you know, when you get to a certain level, no one wants to speak to each other because they're scared that, oh, you let this secret out or you speak to this client. Start where you guys are, right? Actually build something. Don't just go, oh no, like I'm not telling you this. Share the knowledge. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Is it me and Ado bounce ideas off each other all the time, and it works because he sees it differently than what I see it, right? And that's where the collaboration comes in, right? And obviously, iBrandConnect is a great space for you guys to rock up and try things. You shouldn't just go, oh no, this person's doing it this way, so copy it. No. Look at what they're doing, look at how they're doing, and look at the results, and then go, how can I make it my version? How can I make it fit my camera? How can I make it fit my lens? How can I make it fit my style? It's not rocket science, but you guys need to speak to each other, collaborate, go out for a photo walk, go out and grab a coffee and say, oh, this is my story, this is what I'm trying to do. Speak to each other, bounce stuff off each other. It's not difficult. I think this is why we do these kind of things, is to share the knowledge. It's, man, 15 years of doing this, like I know a thing or two. You know, this old dog's got some new tricks, but realistically, you guys have the benefit of trying things. I mean, technology 15 years ago was not like this. The skill was not like this. It was the old guys that used to shoot once and that was it. Now you go to any event, you'll see thousands of cameras. People shooting on their phones. I mean, there's new films that are shot on phones. I don't agree with it, but realistically, you shoot with what you have, right? And you make the best of what you have. Equipment will not make you better. Equipment will fog your judgment. In saying that, the right tools for the right job, don't try and climb a mountain in flip-flops. But is there any other questions before we knock the head on this?
Even like you plan before you shoot,
Yeah.
or you just start directly?
No, we spend days and days and days planning. The average 14-day shoot for me is probably about 2 days worth of planning. I'll script it. If I'm doing script, I'll script it. If I'm doing without script, I'll location guide. I'll find pictures of the location I'm shooting. I will look at the time the sun comes up, the sun goes down. I will look at the timings, how I want to be in this place. How long do I want to take? What shots do I want? A mood board, a storyboard, so I can turn around to the client or whoever I'm with and go, this is our plan. This is what I'm working to. Even before we've even touched the ground wherever we're shooting, 2 days before, the client knows exactly where my head's at. The client says to me, okay, actually, maybe I want to do it this way. So we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then we agree somewhere in the middle. And realistically, you don't. Yeah? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm alright. So realistically, like I was saying, realistically, you want to plan days in advance, right? You don't rock up to a shoot and go, oh no, I'm just going to shoot this. With events, I will agree, it is ever so slightly different because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I've shot GITEX religiously for about 4 or 5 years, and every year you have a plan and it never works. But realistically, you have some idea, right? You don't just go in blind, because going in blind, you will get confused, you will get angry at yourself, you will get angry at your equipment, and you will think that you're not good enough to do what you do. It's common knowledge. I mean, Dubai wasn't built overnight, right? Rome wasn't built overnight. You plan and you plan and you plan and you plan. Not because you feel the need to be overtly prepared, because realistically a lot of the stuff we do is not always right. I mean, Adil will tell you the same thing. We were shooting a golf commercial, something happened, we had to switch out systems, we got on with it. That only comes with experience. I think between the two of us, we've seen a fair few incidents on set, or something's not going to plan, or models haven't showed up, or the lighting's not right, or whatever. Think on your feet, but go back to a plan, right? Don't just go, we'll just shoot it this way, it's fine, because it's messy. You want the client or whoever you're working with to know that you're better than anyone else because you have a plan. I'm not saying go home tonight and make a 25-page plan, but consider every shoot that you do as its own little bubble. Don't just go, oh yeah, no, it's just going to be the same as it is last time. No. Think about it. Build a look board, build a mood board, build your key components, your key shots that you have to get, your key frames that you can't leave without. Put in 25-30% variance for, you know, you want to play here, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to shoot it this way, then build it that way. It's not like anyone will tell you that when we go to shoot, it's not just like, oh yeah, shoot. No, we're going in plans and plans and plans. Obviously, this has taken years to accrue, the equipment and the skill level. It's not just like I woke up yesterday and went, oh no, I'll just spend all this money and it's fine. It takes years to get the planning right. And I think you guys are you're in the age where planning, most of AI could do planning, realistically, you could AI planning, right? ChatGPT, image to text or text to image or whatever. Realistically, you guys are living in the lap of luxury where you can go, oh, I want to plan this, how do I plan it? And it'll tell you the plan, right? Even if you have that, that's more than nothing, right? But you have to seriously consider how you want to be seen. Do you want to be this guy that just shows up to an event, bang, 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 shoot a little here, shoot a little there, oh, someone's eating, shoot this, oh, someone's doing this, shoot that. And then at the end, your brain's fried, you have to deliver the next day. You won't know what you've shot. We've all been there. We've all been to an event where we've shot 10,000 images and we only need one.
Yeah, it's happened because I am seeing the editor, so I need to deliver in the same day. But I feel like I'll go in blindly, just the same cut, the same shape, like this is...
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work for me. I deliver like materials that will satisfy the client, but for me it doesn't work. I feel boring like.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you could always do a director's cut, right? You could cut it yourself, put it online and say, this is the way I would have done it. We all have a boss, realistically, right? It's either a boss or a client or someone who's paying you to do a service. Realistically, let's be honest, their word is partially gospel. Okay, you can't turn around to them unless you have, you know, like, unless you're really sure you can do it. Don't turn around to a client and go, no, we're doing it this way, right? Because 9 times out of 10, the client will turn around and go, I don't like it. And then you look like the idiot because you've put your neck out. Show them the plan. Plan a proper, sit down with the client, even if it's 5 minutes. Right? I had a sit-down talk with my art director very recently, and I said, look, we have to do this, this, and this. How are we going to plan it? He goes, right, this is the plan. This is what I want it to look like, done. That's enough to go on, that we're both aligned, that, okay, this is what you expect, this is what I do, this is what we're going to try and manage, done. Never go into something without a plan. Even if you don't like the final product, you have the footage, re-edit it again, learn. Even if we could all have the same footage, all cut it up completely differently, and it'll reflect each of us individually. There's no right or wrong answers to filmmaking, right? There's no right or wrong answers in anything, especially anything with art. Art is essentially subjective. What I think is artistic, you might not. What you think is artistic, I might think is terrible. But that's where you have to take a step back and go, realistically, this video or piece of content or image or whatever it is to fit this goal, this objective, this, is it event coverage, is it this, is it that? You tailor your content around the goal. If you have time, make a second cut. Send it to the client and go, look, I've actually made this as well. I think this is better. But cover your bases first before you start going down the rabbit hole of going, no, this is how we should do it. Because that's how you'll lose work, because people will talk. You could be like, oh no, I'm really good at this. And you could be arrogant, right? And you could be cocky and you could think your ego is and you're amazing at everything. But as soon as you don't deliver on the core, what your client is asking for, he will tell the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and before you know it, you're out of work. Yeah, because realistically, we can only do so much as content creators, as filmmakers, as artists, right? Realistically, if he's going to pay me to do something and I don't deliver it, then he's wasted his money on me, and what's the point, right? Yes, you can say, no, this is the way to do it, and as long as you can justify it, explain it, and show the difference between his version and your version and how yours is better. Is it getting better views? Is it better color? Is it better whatever? It can be better at anything. As long as you could categorically explain that this is better because X, Y, and Z, pros and cons, then yeah, go for it. But if you let your arrogance and your stress and your ego get the better of you and say, no, like, get it up, no, I'm right, you are wrong, without proving it and without having a plan, there's no point. I've seen guys come up and down this industry because they came in, oh no, I'm the best. 2 or 3 shoots in and they want to do it their way, and then the client goes, actually, no, I don't like it, and they have a big argument, and then before you know it, the guy's disappeared into thin air. You've got to think about it logically.
Do you see also like there is a relation between the quality and the money and the time?
Yeah, of course there is, there always is, right? Realistically, clients want something good and quick, right? But it's going to be expensive. It's like that drawing you have, right? You ask an artist to draw a horse and you give him 3 minutes and $10 and say, draw me a horse, and it looks terrible. But realistically speaking, the more time you spend on something, especially for events, man, you can't just sit back and go, I'll shot the event today, right, I'll deliver it in 2 weeks, right? Being an event shooter, you are pre-wired to go out, shoot the thing, deliver the thing within either 24 hours or less, and get it done, right? That's your USP, that's your unique selling point, that's what makes you different.
Urgency.
Yeah, realistically, right? Client wants something quick. Of course, we could spend all day shooting 10 seconds, right? But what is it gonna mean if that 10 seconds doesn't get delivered for 3 weeks? You know what I mean? Different projects require different things. A great example, I shot a documentary about a company, right? And it took me 4 days to edit it, and it took me 3 days to plan it. But because my plan was rock solid and approved, the client understood that, okay, it's gonna take this time to do it, and this is what the outcome was, and the outcome was better, if not, well, the same if not better than the reference I'd shared. And that's where you get them. Like, realistically, you're not gonna climb a mountain in one day, right? You're not gonna run a marathon or 10 marathons in one day. Step by step, and every industry is different, right? You're not gonna be able to create a short film like that and it's gonna be wonderful, amazing.
This is what I'm saying. Edit of 2 hours, it's not like edit of 1 day, it's not like edit of 4 days, it's not like.
But it's, I get you, but at the same time, different edits will be for different things. Realistically, if it's an event video that you want to get out, if, say for instance it's standard coverage, right? You want to get it out within the day, because then the hype is there. If it's a multi-day thing, so you're shooting for 5 days, you deliver an okay edit every day, right? That's good, you know, it's nice, it's clean, it's crisp, it's got some nice framing, it's got some nice, you know, it's got something about it. But as you do the wrap up, that's where you spend a little bit more time, because you know exactly what you've shot, what you can shoot, and you have a little bit more time. But again, it's very easy to say, oh yeah, I could edit for 3 hours and it's great. But if I edit for 2 days, it's probably going to look better. But you as an individual have to assess where your balance point is. Realistically, you might do something great in 3 hours and it's great. You might come back to it and go, actually I could have spent a couple more hours on it. But then what if you spend another 6 hours on it and it looks marginally better than it did at hour 3? Only you as an individual can decide where that margin lies, right? Because realistically, I could spend days on something or I could spend hours on something. It depends on how I'm feeling, it depends on how much I have planned, how much I've got what I needed to get. Yeah, money, man, realistically we don't do this job for money.
Yeah.
But and that's, I think that's probably what.
No, for me, I'm not doing like this, but maybe your boss, you need to deliver fast to get the money fast. Because a businessman, he will not think about creativity, he will not
Of
think
course.
about money, he will think if this thing brings me money or no.
Yeah, it's ROI, right? But realistically, it's if it's about the money, then it's not about creativity, right? Realistically, if you're brave enough, you sit down with whoever it is and go, look, it's going to cost you this much, yes or no, right? And I think a lot of the photographers and videographers and content creators and all this other nonsense that are coming up are ruining the industry. Personal opinion, because they're driving the price down, and then it's expected that, oh yeah, you'll do it for 300 dirhams, right? I mean, I remember when 200 or 300 dirhams an hour was cheap. Now it's like the highest high. And it's terrible, right? Because realistically, we're all responsible for laying the guidelines and the baselines of, no, I'm not going to do that for 300 dirhams. Of course, there'll always be someone who will do it, right? Someone who, oh no, I'll do it for 300 dirhams, it doesn't matter. But we don't do it for the money, right? And I think that needs to, everyone needs to realize that. Okay, it's very easy to say because I've got all of this, but this is a lot of work. This is countless holidays missed. This is wearing the same outfit day in and day out. And that's what it is, right? But realistically, if you think that your work is worth the money, then take the risk. But until you are confident without a doubt that your work is flawless, don't take the risks. Plan and execute. That's all it is, right? Plan and execute. The more you plan, the better you can execute. The more times you plan, the less you actually have to plan, because you already know, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need that.
Not that. It's just a second. Just hold on. Look at this stuff. Can you just explain how much it cost you? Only this one.
Well, the wife's here, so maybe not.
This one. I know that.
Right. So
she was so eager, to.
Right.
Just only for this setup.
Right. The monitor alone is 17,000 dirhams.
Okay. Just come on, like just from. You bought this one from me. I know how much.
I know. I mean, I'll give you a breakdown, right?
I mean, see this setup.
You're looking at about.
This one.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math in my head. Right, your transmitter alone is.
Please close.
No, she's alright. She knows about it. She does my receipts. The transmitter alone is 1,500 dirhams. Okay, the transmitter, just for the transmitter to transmit onto the screen, is 1,500 dirhams. The battery is 2,500 dirhams. The memory card is 10,000 dirhams.
All together.
The screen is 17. The body was 28. The lidar alone is a fair amount of money, I think.
No,
Body 28.
The reason I just came out, there's a reason behind it. Okay, there's a reason behind it that I just came out.
No, don't invest in camera equipment.
I'm just listening. I just came out and just asked him about how much is this Just a very simple system cost. I really want to understand. 100,000?
If not more. If not more, yeah. Realistically, with the setup I have, the lenses alone are 25 grand for the set.
100,000, right?
Yeah, roughly, maybe more.
Okay, wait. Let me speak.
Oh, no problem.
You have to give some time to me as
Oh,
well.
fire on.
Okay, so if he is Nathan and he is passionate enough to create this industry and the vision and everything, and how he created this? How? There is no one else in this world who will give that kind of money to him. You have to create that by yourself.
Bear in mind there was 2 reds on that table, plus all of that.
I'm just talking only about that small stuff.
This one, yeah.
No, the thing is that see, creative vision is different, and how you can create that vision to the next level is something completely different. Okay, now you continue.
No, but like you said, it's money. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Money is.
It will never come just like that.
No,
you have to create that money.
Yeah. So I mean, we've all done the nickel and dime jobs, but no, it's that. This is determination. This is serious work, right? This isn't light. It's not cheap. The insurance alone is a lot, but realistically, getting back to the crux of your story, right? Yeah, of course, there's a price for quality, right? I could shoot it on I can't say Nikon, but I can shoot it on something. No, I can shoot it on anything, realistically, right?
Yeah,
anything,
course,
and it'll look.
At the end of the day, you tried choosing the best out of the best, and then you choose the kind of lenses.
Yeah.
See the way that look at. See, he's a friend of mine. He's a passionate friend of mine. He's a creator. He's an artist. Everything, and before I came over here, he set up all the show. Before I came over here at 1:30. Look at that. Look at the stuff that he created over there. Anamorphic lenses. What is anamorphic lens? What is a lens related to cinematography? What is the T-stop and f-stop? What is that red? And how is red connected with Nikon?
Basically, Nikon bought red.
They bought red.
That's how much money they've got. They all,
I was just, I'm a proud 2008 till 2014. I was a Nikon brand manager over here in UAE and Jordan.
No.
Nikon, no one is over here. Everyone left. Ah, yes, I know. Lookman is here.
Adil, what was your question?
Yeah. No, I mean, what I'm telling you is see, that's a blood.
Yeah, it's not easy, guys. Anyway, Adil, your question.
Please.
What was your first setup?
My first setup for video was proper video, or like social video. Corporate video. Like proper, like enough setup where I was proud enough to roll out of the house. I started both. Okay, right. The cheapest I've done it is on a Handycam. Realistically, a little GVC.
When was that? Which year?
About 14 years ago, when the little Handycam was like, oh wow, it shot 720p, and it was like, oh, zoom in, zoom out, right? That's how I started. Realistically, I went from that to this. But my first corporate setup where I could depend on it and actually beat on it and be okay with it was a Canon 5D Mark III with a 24-105, and I ran with that. I had a Panasonic GH4 with a focal reducer and micro four thirds lenses and whatever else. But realistically, my first photo camera was a Nikon, and it was a Nikon until the D800, and then I switched to Canon because the jobs changed and whatever, and I went from Canon to then Fuji, and then Fuji while running the Red. So I've taken the hard choices over the last 15 years to find out what fits best, realistically, right? What fits for me is the Red. Not because it's, oh, I love to show it off. Realistically, I think everyone in this room has now felt how heavy this thing is, right? You felt it for 2 or 3 minutes.
Just a question again. That the choice of red
Hmm.
was you
Taking a risk.
taken a risk and you made that money to make red as your own equipment?
Yeah. I've never rented, I mean, I've had 3 reds. Realistically, I've had a Red Raven, which was a 4.57K Super 35.
Yeah.
I've got obviously the 6K and the X. Realistically, the amount of money I've put down to even start the red journey is not, it's not even funny. It's not, when you think about it, it's not just like, oh yeah, just stick a lens on it. And you're right.
That's what I'm asking.
I've taken, no. I mean, it's, this is expensive, and if you break something, it's a pain in the neck, but realistically, this camera weighs 8 kilos when I take it out to work. I'm putting in between 16 and 18 hour days. The wife will tell you the same. I leave at 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm back at 10 o'clock at night.
That's the only reason I'm asking, man. You know, the reason is, you know, just for these guys who are just in front of us to understand exactly what's the pain that, you know, like
painful.
made you to grab these gears.
No, the red was a risk, guys. Realistically, right? I was shooting a Canon C7 II and I loved it and it was great, but it just was not doing it for me. And Adil will tell you the same thing. There's a price ceiling when it comes to equipment. Okay, the lower the setup, the lower the cost to upgrade, to enhance. Maybe it's a new lens, new batteries, new cage, new handle, new this, new that. When you're at a smaller level, like the Sony A7 series, FX30, FX3, right? The cost to upgrade is pretty minimal. Realistically, you're maybe, the most you'll spend is 3,000 or 4,000 dirhams to see a sizable increase in quality. Okay? Just to put the PL lenses on this is 4.5 grand. So you can imagine, I have taken the risks, I've taken the calculations, I've obviously proven that planning makes sense. If I went in blindly to shoot every day, I was blind, I didn't care like what I was shooting, and I cared about the money, I wouldn't have this, right? Because I'd be potless, I'd give up. Right? I don't do it for the money. Of course the money is there, right? Realistically, we all like making money. But I go to bed every night knowing that I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, right? My having this is great, right? Realistically, it's a tool. Okay, it's a tool, and I think I've told everyone the same thing. It's not something to be babied, and obviously you see the state of everything. It's all in boxes and stuff, but realistically, I run it like a tool. Right? I don't care if it gets broken. If it gets broken doing its job, it's done its job. And if it's lasted 6 months and it's paid for itself, and my investment has paid for itself, I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you go into this industry thinking about, oh, money is the main thing, and I want to be big and famous, and I want to be this, it takes a lot. I've seen thousands of people come and go who think they're good at what they do, watch a YouTube video, watch another one, buy some middle of the range Sony, buy a little thing and go, oh yeah, I'm the best. Ruin the industry because their prices are so low that none of us can compete. And then they tank, and then the clients still think, oh yeah, no, this is the budget, right? This is 300 dirhams, 400 dirhams is the going rate, right? Now, of course, we've all been in the stage of our life where 300 or 400 dirhams for a project is like, oh, it's not bad. But realistically, I think we, as artists and as independents, you really have to think, not about your role, but the person that comes after you, right? Realistically, we're all human here, right? We all like to be famous and rich and have money and drive nice things and whatever else. But realistically, when your job is fulfilled, right? When you've done that project and you've done it for cheap, the client's going to come back to you and go, yeah, in 6 months' time when you've learned a lot and you're upgraded your setup and you've spent money on it, and they'll go, oh yeah, but you told me 400 dirhams 6 months ago, so 400 dirhams up. How are you going to deal with that? What are you going to say? Right? And of course you could have the argument down the phone, no, like up yours and this and that, right? Realistically, it's not going to do anything, is it? Because you've set that price and you've set that expectation that you were, irregardless of what level you're at. Some of my clients that I've had for 10 years come back to me and say, oh, can we do it for the same price? And I don't do it for the money. Those clients I've had for 10 years. I still shoot the same little bakery in Deira that I've shot for the last 10 years, not because it makes me money, or not because it feeds my soul or whatever. It's because I've watched that business grow for 10 years. They took a chance on me, so it's my God-given opportunity to give it back to them. And I've lost count of how many free projects I've done because I've seen the vision on something. I'm shooting a documentary for a Filipino restaurant, not for money but for passion. And with passion comes skill, and with skill comes experience, and with experience, that's when the money comes. Build your base, build your foundation. You can't build a skyscraper on shit foundations, right? Learn your framing, learn your angles, learn your color, learn your how to handle clients, learn your portfolio, learn how to deal on set. I mean, when you guys were messing around, like, God knows how many OSHA violations I saw. But that's when you get to our level, you don't have a choice but to think about that, right? We're not just here to film, we're here to make sure that we're in and out, we don't damage the place. Or we get the job done, the client's happy, you're happy, you come out alive and your equipment's safe. Build your foundation, get your equipment to a level where you're competent with it. Don't go out and buy something that you think is going to make you money, because 9 times out of 10, it doesn't. I mean, I've done it before. I've been through countless sets of lenses because someone told me, yeah, these lenses are amazing and they're wonderful and you should buy them. And I've spent God knows how much money on lenses and bodies and whatever else, accessories. And it doesn't add to it. Of course it makes my life a little easier. The SAC, best investment, because it helps my back. But realistically, that's just a small convenience. I don't do it for that. I do it because we have passion in it. And hopefully, eventually everyone will be running something like this, but realistically, you pick your market, you pick what you're good at, you plan, you execute, and you plan and execute again. Right? You climb a mountain one step at a time, you don't run up it. You see the market, you see where the trends are going, you forecast your business. Look at your ROI on your equipment. Obviously, iBrand will give you a good price, best price, last price for anything you need. You've got to say that, it's a sponsored event.
No, because like when people look to me and say about that, like the first price, last price, and the best price, I look me in a different perspective. Yeah. I look you into a kind of a person who is into the profession, and I look all of you in that kind of perspective as well. Of course, I always say my bread and butter is when you buy something from me, I get something out of that. Correct or not? Because that's what I am into. Like there are so many creative professionals and photographers.
Yeah,
and,
man. There's
there's
a million guys, but realistically,
at the end of the day, if I sell a tripod to you, I get my little bit of money for me to survive. And of course, that money I spend in this kind of events to make us connect each other and to move to the next level. So, see, Nathan, I just want to just explain about a little bit, okay? As an equipment seller, like many people have a lot of kind of, their own way of thinking about, hey, he is making a lot of money by selling an equipment. Yes, that money is very important for me. Just like a creative person, I also want to create that kind of money, right? Now, can we wrap up?
Oh, we're wrapped up. Any more questions?
Yeah. Any questions?
Any questions? If it's a question you're not so sure of, you can catch me after this in case it's something you don't want to tell the group.
You can catch up with him. He's always, he's a man of passion.
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
At any point of time. Like, see, the thing is, I don't know, like, why we are here is only because of Nathan. I'm
Yeah. No.
Right or no?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I did suggest it.
No.
Right. No. He's right. No.
Yeah, because he was just talking about me, like, Shaji, like, why don't we create a kind of, connection and create some sort of.
Oh yeah, that's when I was buying stuff from him. Yeah, I remember.
Man, it's not just buying.
No. He's right.
See, because I got connected with Brajman and the Bihab and all, since long time, and when Nathan is a good friend, and we got connected. I think almost on 3 months back, right? during the Ramadan photo talk onwards.
Oh, when we started to talk about the stuff, yeah. But we've known each other for a few years.
No.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
This
is a time that we got connected.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Very specifically, yeah. So like a passionate person, and I don't know anything about all what he does, but I'm a photographer for 35 years. I'm just a photographer. Yeah, cool. So we created this just to connect all of us here, and I really liked it. It's been like almost 7 hours I'm here in this place, and we went for a lunch. Before I came over here, he's over here.
I'd also went for lunch.
No, just one.
Yeah, say.
Man, if I want to just say something good to you. Yeah. So when I was just coming in, he was on the stage and he was talking to people like, hey, you already here, man. So I was also sitting on the other side, was watching what exactly. This is something called passion. Like on a Sunday, we all can sleep at home. If someone is here to talk to us, to teach us, to give time, ask question.
Sounds alright.
Enough for.
Let's wrap.
Little bit more. Little bit more. And he invested money and effort in buying all this red and lot of lenses and so many gears.
Yeah.
Try to understand exactly what all that you can do with this.
How is the journey as being a photographer, then coming to the cinematography or video works?
It's natural progression, honestly. I think a lot of us start with photo, get into video. I mean, if you start with photo, your angles are better, your settings are better, your composition is 10 times better because you think about it from a photo perspective. Then you get into video. It's not, again, natural progression. You go from photography to maybe filming an event for fun, and then it's just like, oh, actually, I can do it this way, but I need XYZ tool, or I need XYZ system, XYZ lens, whatever. 9 times out of 10, and especially you guys are lucky now because a lot of the equipment you have now does both photo and video fairly well, right? Realistically, my GFX, great for pictures, terrible for video. My H2, it's okay for both. H2, the XH2. No, Fuji XH2.
Okay.
It's a sports camera, but realistically, it does both okay, right? But the progression is only because I wanted to be passionate about what I did. Right? I didn't just go, all right, I can make a little corporate video. I could buy an FX6 and be done with it. That would have been it, right? I could have bought a couple of Sony lenses, a couple of zooms, done. But taking the choice to go for this lens because it looks like this, or this lens because it has this versatility, or this style of lens because I think it's cool or it's different. That's what the difference is. It's you. Yes.
What do you feel about creators using iPhone for the project?
So fun fact, guys, Adil came from an iPhone to, well, actually he went to film school and he enjoys shooting on an iPhone, not because of the not having access to equipment, because this man's well connected. He likes the iPhone because it's more freeing and it's easier and it's more rapid to deliver. I have nothing against people using iPhones, but realistically speaking, I mean, anyone that knows me will tell you the same thing. There's a big difference between your iPhone and my Red, right? Realistically, if you really appreciate the art and you have a client who appreciates, okay, this is actually a difference, they'll appreciate a higher end camera. If you have a client that doesn't really care, iPhone Adi, it's fine. Use the iPhone, right? Enjoy it. Do whatever you're gonna do with it. I don't agree with it, as in I don't agree that it's good or bad or whatever, right? I'm very neutral with it because, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll shoot stuff on my iPhone as well because it's easier. I mean, this is heavy. My iPhone is not. My iPhone's with me everywhere. I can't really take this everywhere. You could strip it down and it could be small, but you're still going to get rumbled by security, realistically speaking. Because it happens to me every single time. Regardless of, no boss, I'm not professional, no boss, I'm not professional, you'll always get hit with it. But realistically speaking, iPhones are great, right? The technology is only getting better. And it will get better and better and better and better until a point where, yeah, maybe. I mean, Apple just released a patent that they're working on for a brand new image sensor. So I'm going to assume within the next year and a half, we're going to see an Apple-based camera, which will probably be something nice because it will be seamless. If you work within the ecosystem, it's great. If you don't, whatever, but...
Do you see for artistic, still the film is the best way, rolling film?
Yes and no. Rolling, like obviously Super 35 film or Super 8 or Super 16 film is yeah, okay, cool, right, it's great. But realistically speaking, the risk versus reward on film is not that high. I've seen whole campaigns shot on film, like film, from like mid-level companies, and they've messed it up, and that's the whole day wasted, right? Don't get me wrong, it takes a true artist to use film, and it takes a true technician to use film, right? Much as any of you guys sitting here, bar a few of you, could probably run that red, and that's only because you've had experience with it over X amount of time. Right, Adil will tell you the same thing, right? He shot on a Scarlet Red, a Red Scarlet and a Red 1. This is going back years. He picked up my Komodo and he didn't know what was going on and he was confused, but you learn it and you're fine. Film, love it. Think it's great, beautiful, you can mimic it, fantastic, but realistically, it's not worth the risk. You have like IMAX film and everything, that's great, but he has a village of people to help assist with that. Realistically, when we go out, we at most have 1 or 2 people. I wouldn't, unless you have a big crew, and then again, on a big crew, you're not going to shoot film, you're going to be shooting digital. I love it as an art. I love it as an art form. I love shooting on picture film, great. But for the environment we're in, the location of the world we're in, it is not worth the risk. We have one, like, imagine your AC goes bad at home. Your house raises temperature, you can't keep your film cold, wasted. Or you walk through the World Trade Center and have to x-ray your bag, film, wasted. Realistically speaking, film shooters are a dying breed, not because it's not cool and it's not amazing, but because the true technicians are getting to the age where they can no longer be technicians. Right, the last of the Mohicans, they're very set in their ways, right? And it is a dying art in terms of commercially dying art. Of course, artistically you'll find, but I don't think it's right or wrong to shoot on film. But if you put a gun to my head, I would not shoot film, because I can't risk missing a shot because something's gone wrong with the camera. At least with technology, you can play back, right? And film is for fun, not for fun and artistic, but not for commercial. I would never touch it for commercial because it's not worth the risk.
Okay, so how many of you are following Nathan on his Instagram?
Oh, don't do this, it's terrible. My Instagram is terrible. I don't post a lot.
No.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking is to get more followers for me.
Ah, yes.
Okay, iBrandConnect, how many of you? All of you?
First time.
Do it, man, right now.
Gun to your head.
You know, the reason I'm telling you this is, like, you know, next week, so, like, you know, we do a lot of, you know, these kind of talks and, you know, like really strong kind of activities over here. So next week, we are going to have over here, there is someone who is into AI.
No.
There's someone really, really strong.
Oh, nice AI.
Okay, first follow iBrandConnect. Follow.
Who's
and
it?
Say, follow that.
I'm following also.
Okay, done?
No.
So follow PhotoStrategy. That's me.
It's him doing AI.
Little bit of, you know, like followers I also need to get, right? PhotoStrategy. FOTOSHAJI. Now, after this, just search Geo, JYO.
What
JYO space JOHN space MULLOR Mullur. Yeah, Mullur. JYO JOHN MULLOR. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Just follow him.
No.
And
Is that the 400th one? You're doing 400 with the AI?
yes.
Nice.
399 with
Film?
Nathan.
400 with the AI?
400 with the AI. Yeah.
Nice, man.
So like see it like he was not a friend of mine. And when he saw iBrandConnect activities, like he got connected with me, and he's a like there are some people like to
Specialized
and connect. It's very difficult to connect. Just a second. So
we will. Give me a second. A bit low.
you got guys number?
Who?
B-Hub and Brusherman Mall with
That's me.
iBrandConnect.
That's you.
That's me.
Got it? JYO. I'm not going to post this, which will make me some trouble.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's why he was here 2 days ago. Nice. Nice. Shall we wrap it up and let the kids go home?
So okay, just to wrap it up, see why I'm saying all this, like because see, Nathan is coming up with all these kind of amazing equipment and understanding about certain things, and we are not going to stop. We are not going to stop this here. We are going to have no.
Arey yaar.
Arey yaar. Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah. See, the thing is that we'll continue doing this as proper workshops.
Yeah, we'll do a lot over the summer. Some nice little things, maybe.
Because he is completely passionate enough to part his. What all things that he learned over the years to all of us. So this we will have to just take into the next level.
Oh yeah. No, we'll do something on. No, we'll do something on portfolio. We'll do something on portfolio management, website management, actually approaching a client, building out a pitch deck, building out like a script.
How can I make money?
Basically.
How can you make money?
There's a lot of ways to make money, but realistically...
No, how can you make money? How can you make money to buy a RUD and all this kind of stuff?
That stuff's PG-18, That's stuff you're going to do to make money.
Okay, man, it's 5:30. I have to leave from here by 6 o'clock. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Nathan, for all your... Just a second.
Okay. Keep it on.
Let me... I have to give something as a gift.
While changing the lens, you didn't close the camera. Plug in, plug out.
No,
Isn't that a bit?
I also just need to leave from here, to my home. I have to sleep.
Me also.
Small stuff.
Thank you, sir.
For you.
Small stuff.
Small stuff, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming and, be connect with us and, always be with us.